Hi, Michael Bettine here. Another episode of It's Cup of Time. This time a very serious episode. The gong world has been rocked by the recent deaths of three original old school gong players. First, about 2 months ago, Richard Rudess, one of the pioneers of gongs and singing bowls, passed away. And then about a month later, Philip McNamara, the author of Gongs and Tam Tams, the great book, and a really great player who came out of a more orchestral background and had loads of wisdom about that. Phil was hospitalized and later died. And now the word that Ed Mann, a longtime percussionist with Frank Zappa, way back in the 80s and such, and also one of the original gong workers who really was out there using gongs for therapy and sound work, working both for first Peisty and then UFIP. Ed has died about a week ago. So this has really hit hard with the gong community. If you don't know who any of these people are, I encourage you to look them up. They're very important people in the lineage of this whole gong and sound work field. As I said, they're some of the original people who've been doing it for a long time. I mean, Richard and Ed go back to the 70s, even the late 60s for Richard. And Philip, I think he probably goes back just about as far too. So look them up. If you can find a copy of Phil's book, get it. Listen to recordings by Phil and Richard. I believe they all still have websites and possibly Facebook pages that are still available. Go on there and glean the information that you can. I don't know how long any of those will remain, whether family members will keep legacy pages up or not. They might just disappear, and then that information is lost forever. So I encourage you to seek them out and find out what you can while you can. And this brings up a really important thing is a lot of us are getting older. A lot of us, people have been playing gongs for a long time. And, you got to take advantage of it while people are still here. Don Conroe, he's like 90 now. He's doing much less live events than he's been doing, and rightfully so. I mean, he doesn't owe us a thing to be out there every week doing some sort of a gong thing. No, I mean, he deserves to just chill out because he's done so much for the gong and sound community. But if you haven't seen Don before, and even if you have, I encourage you, if he's anywhere near you, go see him. Go see him again. It could be the last time. I'm not trying to predict anything, but, people are getting older, and you really have to take advantage of seeing people while they are still around, while they can still share their knowledge in a direct transmission, not necessarily through a video like this or through a book or secondhand from somebody else, but a direct transmission, which I think is always important. And the fact that for many of us, you could ask us questions and hopefully get some answers to those questions. So, seeing these three people die, it makes me think of my own mortality in some ways. But I'm going to keep doing this as long as I can. It's what I do, and it's what I love to do, and I like to share through videos, through books like my new book, The Way of the Gong, through live performances and live workshops and master classes like Gong Camp Europe and the upcoming gong camps in October here in the U.S. And next year I'm planning a whole host of camp sort of appearances in Europe. So go see people, even younger people. I mean, just go see anybody. If you have a chance to see somebody, go see them. Important things can be learned. You can learn interesting things to do. On the other hand, you can learn things not to do. If you see somebody and you go, ooh, I didn't like that, or I didn't think it was good, well, then you know don't do that for your own performance, your own session. But go see people in person. It's important, all right? On to other things for now. Yeah, like I said, 2025, I'm hoping to be out there a lot. I've got a lot of possibilities over in Europe. I've got some other possibilities closer to home. And I'll do as many events as I can. I really like it. I love teaching in person. I love interacting with people, hanging out with them. And it's fun. It's just a lot of fun. So if you can go to a gong event, some sort of a gong camp, gong week-long event, weekend event, take advantage of it. It's always good. And it's good to interact with other people. People bring unique ideas with them. As I've said in other videos, at Gong Camp Europe, I was there as a teacher and a performer. But I was also a student, and I watched all the other teachers and learned things from them. But I also watched and listened to all the other students there, because everybody brings something different, and you never know what you will learn from somebody that you'll go, I never thought of doing that. And I had a couple of those aha moments at the Gong Camp over in Portugal, where somebody did something and I was like, what did you just do? And here I am, I'm supposed to be the big teacher or something, but it's like, I don't know everything. There is so much out there to know. I don't know. I know this much about gongs and singing bowls and other instruments. I know this much compared to the whole universe of what there is to know. So go to workshops, meet other gong people, make connections with them. We are not in competition with each other. I know some people are like, I don't want to give away my secrets. This is my stuff. This is what I do. I don't want to share it. I don't want to get to know other people because they're going to take my gigs and my bookings and that. And it's like, no. If you act that way, it will happen to you because you're just being selfish. Don't be that way. Share what you know. Exchange ideas with other people. That's how we grow, okay? And make friends with other people. Then we can share things, and you never know what will come out of it. You might get other gig offers because you know somebody else, and they go, oh, there's this big thing happening. Would you like to be a part of it? And you go, oh, great. And if you didn't make friends with that person, you would never find out. That's how I get a lot of the things that I do, is from knowing people, and they know me, and they go, oh, Michael, there's this thing going on. I think you'd be great for it. Would you like to be involved? And of course, I'll go, yeah, if it's something that fits me, okay? So go to events. The fellowship with the Gong tribe is important. I think you really need to know other Gong players from all over the world, from wherever, and just get to know them. And some of them will become very close friends. Others will just be acquaintances, just as in real life, where you have close friends and you have acquaintances. But get to know people. Go to workshops, go to events. Learn from the teachers there, but also get to know the students, your fellow students. That'll be the best thing you can do. Again, sound work is not a competition. I know a lot of people are kind of into that competing idea. Like, I want to be better than everybody else. I want to be faster than everybody else. I want to have more gongs than everybody else. Have whatever. Like it's a sport. This is not a sport. There are not teams. There's not any sort of Olympics or competitions or anything like that. And I hope nobody ever starts anything like that, because that's not what it's about. This is about sharing. And this is about growing. This is about becoming part of a larger community of gong players, bowl players, sound workers, and a larger community of humanity itself. Everybody on the planet. Gong Camp in Portugal was great because we had people from all over. We had people from China who made their way to Portugal. We had people from the States who went over, people from the UK, people from Portugal. I think we had a few people from Spain, from the Netherlands, from Germany, Serbia, South Africa. One of the teachers came up from there. We had people from all over. So it was really a global sort of event. And I like to see that we have people connecting from all over. I think that's really important. Okay? So the highlights of today are: go see gong players, especially people who are older and have a lot to offer, because you don't know how long they're going to be around. Go see them. Buy their books, buy their recordings, support them. Okay? Support all the other players too, but go to gong camps, gong weekends, any sort of a sound thing, whatever you're into. If you're also into Reiki and yoga and that, go to Reiki events and yoga events, things like that. Meet people, connect and network. It will help you out, because again, this is not a competition. And the more we lift each other up and help each other out, the better this whole thing will be. And hopefully, the better this will help this crazy world we live in, which is in so much chaos and turmoil at this time. If we can just help bring a bit of relief to all that chaos out there, then we're doing our job. And if everybody works towards that, who knows what can happen. All right? Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.